I left my job because of my mental health. How do you get paid? Because y'all know I can talk. I can get to talking. Hey y'all, so this is a little bit of a different video for what I normally do, but I've been getting questions. I've been getting people saying that like my journey is a bit inspiring to them. And so what I decided to do today is I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk about how YouTube has been going in the years since I have left my job. I'm going to talk about, like some of the things that people may want to know about doing YouTube full time. And I am very new to this. I have been doing it full time for a year. However, I was doing YouTube prior to me leaving my job. So, quick backstory. August the 20th of 2024, I left my six-figure job. I decided that I had had enough of it. I had worked there for 17 years and I was, 2 months? Yes, 2 months shy of being there for 18 years. I started out there as a teller. I worked the front line and I took tax payments. By the time I left, I was a program and operations manager making six figures, and I was very happy that I had made it to that spot. However, very stressful. And so I will tell you, when I got that promotion, I applied for it, I interviewed for it, I got the promotion, and I had said to myself, I'm probably not gonna last very long. But I had children, as I had said in a video a year ago when I quit. I had children and I wanted to make sure that they had a good life. I wanted to make sure it was a stable life. So that's just a little bit of a backstory. So that's how we got here. This is how we got here to me doing YouTube full time, which was not my plan when I left my job. My plan when I left my job was to get some mental stability for myself, some emotional stability for myself, and to take a break. And I was going to go back to work. I was going to go back to a job where I was not managing anybody, where I went to my job and I did my job and I came home. But YouTube has worked out for me. So how did this happen? So I started doing YouTube in 2021, I do believe. This is not my main channel. I have another channel. It is about gardening. I started in 2021, just kind of sharing my gardening journey because I don't have friends that garden. So I was like, well, I can get on YouTube and then I can find some friends that garden. I also garden in an urban space. And so I decided I'll make a channel and maybe other people who are looking to see videos that resonate with them, that are relatable, maybe they'll watch mine. And then I could find some YouTube gardening friends. And so that's what I did in 2021. Now, I will tell you, I've had a few larger channels either mention my YouTube gardening channel, and I was featured on a really large channel, a channel that has millions of subscribers. So I was blessed in that way. And so another thing that I do here on YouTube is when I see smaller channels, I try to get their name out there. Now, my channel is not huge. I think I have 55,000 subscribers on my other channel. But I will tell you, subscribers are cool. I think that is how sponsors find you. They see how many subscribers you have. They look at how many views you have. But the views is what really matter as it relates to getting paid. And if you want to do this full time, you need the views. So subscribers are cool, but someone subscribes and doesn't watch your video, that kind of hurts you more than it helps you. Anyway, in the way of payment, in the way of making money. But I think it does help when sponsors and companies are looking at your channel. Anyway, I had quite a few larger channels that mention me or help me out. And so I will tell you that for sure, if there are channels that can help you, that is a plus. But what I will tell you is consistency definitely does matter. And when I say consistency, I don't think that you have to post the same day every week, things like that. But I think that you do have to post. So you can't go kind of weeks and months without posting unless that is your schedule. And then people will know that that's how you post. So let's see. Let's just kind of talk realistically, relatably, because that's the only way I do videos. This video is not scripted. I do not enjoy recording scripted videos. I just don't. And so I don't do them. And one of the things that you see on YouTube is they say post things that will help people, post things that are informational. And I think that can be done either way, where you just pick up the camera, you start talking, or it can be done scripted. I think you have to absolutely do it the way that you feel most comfortable, or you won't want to do it. I will tell you, my YouTube channel, my gardening YouTube channel started out very scripted, but I did not enjoy it. And so I stopped doing it. So I will say, be yourself and do what you like to do on YouTube. Some of the scripted, more curated videos absolutely do better. But if you're not enjoying it, how long are you going to do it? Or how long will you actually want to do it? You may continue to do it, but how long will you actually want to do it? Anyway, so that's how mine started out, and then I switched it up. So let's talk a little bit about like just getting started. I used my cell phone when I originally started. I had an iPhone. I don't know which one it was, but that's what I used. I used that for quite some time until I became monetized and until I started making longer videos. When you make longer videos, that means there's more footage that's going to sit in your phone. And so for me, it became a little aggravating for my storage to fill up. And so once I got monetized and I started making longer videos, I decided I'm going to purchase a camera. My original camera that I purchased was a Sony ZV-1. Great camera. I actually really liked that camera. It was lightweight. It had good features, although I didn't use most of the features. I just did more of a point and shoot because I'm not IT inclined. And then after a while, I decided, okay, I wanted to start vlogging. And so I wanted something that had a little bit better quality, one where I could change lenses. And so I switched to the Sony ZV-E10. And that was a little ways down the road. I did not get that early in my YouTube career, or I guess that's what we're calling it, a career. And then I decided to switch to the Osmo Pocket 3. That's what I'm using now, and I absolutely love this camera. It's small, it's lightweight, it's compact, it's easy to use. And so that's what I'm using now. But it was a progression. I did not start out with all of that stuff. You don't need all of that stuff. You can absolutely record with your phone. You can start with your phone and you can start a YouTube channel. And you don't have to start with very long videos. You can just start with short videos. But also, I will tell you, I did not start with YouTube. I started with Instagram. So I had a little bit of a following on Instagram first, and then I decided to start a YouTube. And so if you want to start and you want to have, people to kind of come over to that channel, I would advise starting a Instagram or TikTok. I can't do TikTok. I'm not good with TikTok. Or Facebook. Having more than one spot where you are on the internet is probably very helpful, because even on Instagram, I've had some larger pages share some of my stuff, which also sent people to my YouTube. So I'm just putting that out here. So those are my cameras. Let's get to like the main thing that people want to know. How do you get paid? So of course I have YouTube monetization now. And so those are the ads that show on my videos. When I started out, I was getting paid, maybe $40, $50 when I finally got monetized. As of today, I probably clear between $3,000 and $4,000 a month off of YouTube. That is normally what I make. Now with the gardening channel, views drop off between like August and December. And so that's one thing that I have to remind myself. Let me just say this. I save a lot now. I save way more now than I saved when I worked my 6-figure job, just because the income is very iffy. You don't know what your income is going to be from month to month. You just don't. Some months, and this is not me bragging, this is me giving out information, and this is now. Like after I've been on YouTube since 2021, it's 2025, so this is 4 years. 4 years, sometimes I may clear $10,000 a month, and that's from sponsors, affiliates, and YouTube and Instagram don't pay much of nothing, y'all. I'm talking about double digits, $12, $13. So it's those things. But then there are months where I may only really clear what I make from YouTube, because let me tell you how sponsors work and how affiliates work. So sponsors, those are companies that's coming to you and saying, I would like you to talk about my product, and I'm going to pay you this amount of money to talk about my product. If a sponsor does not come to you that month, or you don't have any sponsors in that month, then that's income that you are not going to have, right? We all understand that. And I'll talk about how I've gotten sponsors a little bit later. And so then you have affiliates. Affiliates are, I would like you to talk about my product, but I'm not going to pay you a set amount. What you can do is sign up on this platform that we have. I will give you a link. If someone clicks that link and they purchase, you get a percentage. So I am affiliated with a few companies. I do have sponsors. Some are long-term contracts, like 2 years or 3 months. It just kind of depends on what that company wants. What I will tell you is if you do a good job with that first sponsorship, chances are they will come back. And I think if you do a good job, also if people show interest. So if people click, because a lot of these sites will show like how many people clicked, how many people purchased. And so with that being said, you have sponsors and you have affiliates. Sponsors, you know how much money you're going to get. Affiliates is just based off of if people are interested and if people purchase. And then, like I said, the ad revenue from YouTube, and then Instagram, but they don't pay much of nothing. So I will say, if you decide you want to get into this, make sure that on the months that are good, you put money away, because you have no idea what your income is every month. Literally every month your income can change. So throwing that out there. So how do I get sponsors? I've seen where people say they reach out to sponsors. They kind of, shop themselves around. I have not had to do that so far. I'm not saying I never will have to. I have been blessed, and I'm going to say blessed because I wouldn't know what to say to shop myself around to people. And I have made what they call a, what is it? It's a something card. That's awful. I'm doing an informational video for y'all and I can't think of it. But it's basically where you make a page about yourself, about how many subscribers you have, about your reach, about who watches you, about who you've worked with before, all of those kind of things, what your channel is about. I did make one. I don't think I've ever used it. It was one of the things that I researched when I first decided, okay, you know what, this is kind of working out. Let me just go ahead and make this card. I've never had to use it. I have my email address pretty much out there everywhere. It is on YouTube. It is on Instagram. And if there's a place where people will see me, where a company can see me, I have my email address out there. And the companies so far have reached out to me. Another thing I will tell you is, let's say an advertising company reaches out to you. They work with a whole bunch of different companies. If you do well for one, they kind of give your name to other people within their advertising agency. And then someone else from that same agency may reach out to you. I do not have management. I do not work with a company. I don't have an accountant. I don't have it. It is me. I am a one-man show right now. I am a one-man show. And so if you do a good job, and I do try to do the best job I can on sponsorships, because while I absolutely love sharing all of the information, while YouTube does pay nicely, it is good to know that you can have additional income coming in. Another thing I want to say, because I want this to be as real as possible. When I left my job, I paid my house off and I paid my car off. So those are bills that I do not have. I have my basic bills. So I want to say that too, because I don't want to be telling people, hey, you can quit your job and it is easy. I'm telling my story, which does, in hindsight, sound kind of easy. I had people help me. I had larger channels help me, like not knowing me, just decided they wanted to help me. I had the ability to pay my house off and pay my car off. And so I do want to put that out there because I want this to be real. I don't want this to be a video of, hey, quit your job, do YouTube. I did it. This is great. It is great, but I had things that helped me along the way. So that's how I have gotten sponsors so far. You can also just go to a website. Like, let's say there's a company you want to work with. You can go to their website and see if they have an affiliate program, and you can apply for it. And then you can start to work with the company. And while it may not be direct, like they didn't come to you and you're not emailing them, you still can open it up for a sponsorship by going to their website and signing up for their affiliate program. The companies do watch videos. That's how they find you anyway. So they do watch videos. So let's say you're a part of their affiliate program and they don't really know you. And then they find you through you posting an affiliate for them. And then they say, hey, I want to work with you. So that's the thing. I will tell you though, I get a lot of emails about, hey, can you test our product? This is how much we'll pay you. I take the things I am interested in trying. I take the things I think my viewers would be interested in trying. And I take the things that is paying well. But I'll tell you, I'll take a product that I want to try and I think my viewers would be interested in, even if it's not paying well. But I do not take products that I don't think I would be interested in, that I know I'm not interested in, and I know my viewers probably aren't either, because it is a lot of work to make these integrations. Like, I may integrate for a minute or 2 minutes, but it took me well over 2 minutes to make that integration. So I think that it's important to remember you don't have to take every sponsorship that comes your way or product review that comes your way, because it can get very stressful. I'm gonna tell you that now. I think maybe my 3rd or 4th month of doing this full time and thinking, like this will be extra money coming in, I did that. And I was very tired and I was like, yeah, we will not be doing that again. So just think through it. And at this point, I take 4 sponsorships a month because I post 3 times a week over on my other channel. And so what I decided is 1 sponsor in a week. And that's what I'm going to do. For one, everybody don't like sponsorships, but it's my job now. And so if it's a way for me to make an income, I'm going to do it. So as a compromise, I decided only for a month. So people only have 4 sponsorships to watch a month, and I only have 4 sponsorships to do a month, and I will still get income. So that's how I feel about sponsorships and affiliates. And a lot of companies prefer affiliates over sponsorships, and that's because they don't have to pay you a base and the affiliate commission. Just throwing that out there for y'all. What else might y'all want to know about doing this full time? Oh, I do give myself a schedule. I give myself a schedule because it may seem like, oh, you could just kind of do what you want to. And you can. You can do whatever you want to do, right? But like I said, views are what gets you income. And so with that being said, if you decide I'm not posting this week, that's a whole week where you didn't get any views. All views are good, but when you put out a new video that hasn't been out there, people are more apt to watch it. And so if you go a week without posting and you only have videos that you posted a week and back, people more than likely have already watched it. And so that's why I do have a schedule for myself. And when I first started doing this, I was trying to post every day. That burned me out. It burned me out. However, the pay was better, but it burned me out. And that's because I was putting out a video every day and the same people were watching it. So that was more views. But you also got to think about your mental health. I left my job because of my mental health. And if I am the only person recording, I am the only person editing, I'm the only person doing all of that, that was stressing me out. And I said, we're not doing this every day. We're going to do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I could also still have my weekends off. And that has worked out very well for me, even though I'm about to change that up just a little bit now that we are in a slower season for gardening. So I'm still going to post 3 times a week, but I'm going to post when I would like to post. So that is that. And then over here on the vlog channel came after I made my original garden channel. And so I already had people who were watching. I also had already started vlogging over there, but watching the algorithm, I was like, I don't want to put vlogs up over here anymore. Because while people enjoy my gardening channel, not everybody wants to know about my personal life. And so with that being said, I decided we'll just make a whole other channel. And I have not been very consistent over here. I'm not going to lie. I started it and I think, work and stuff was going on and I hadn't posted in quite some time. I think even before that, I had taken a break from posting over here. Then the garden got busy and I took another break. So I have not been super consistent over here. However, I think if you're real, I think that if you are relatable, and that's what I want both of my channels to be, real and relatable. Now, I love to watch a video where people are traveling the world and they buying all the fancy things, but that's not my reality. But I love to watch their videos. I love to watch a travel video. I love to watch a vlog of like people living a life of luxury. I love watching it. I think it's amazing. But for me, I always want my channels just to be a relatable, realistic channel, which is how we got essentially Asia, where I post realistic basic life vlog. The way I see it, you post what you want to post, you post what you're doing, if that is what you're going for. Like, that's it. That's the way I do it. I don't plan my content out. If I'm in the house and my whole week is in the house, my whole vlog is in the house. That's how I do it. How is it going? I don't want this to last too long because y'all know I can talk. I can get to talking. Do you understand me? Anyway, it's going well. It's going really well. My sponsorships are down, which is to be expected because I do gardening content. And let me just be clear. I'm okay with that just because it's about to get cold. And doing garden content in the cold is not that exciting. Good for me. I live in an area where we don't get super cold until like January and February. So I can still do the content. But if I have a sponsor that is outside, then I have to go outside to do it. So sponsorships are down. Views are also down. However, I realized that this was a thing last year because I left my job in August. And so I literally left right before views were dropping. But I didn't really know views were going to drop because I didn't really pay attention to it before. But what it taught me was in the good months, you have to save your money. And that's what I did this year. So I'm telling y'all that too. I don't pay attention to analytics a lot. I really don't. I pay attention to views. I pay attention to if subscribers are dropping. And I maybe pay attention a little bit to when people are online. Outside of that, I do not pay attention to analytics. One thing is because I can't control the algorithm of YouTube. I'm also not going to start making videos because it's trending on YouTube because then I'm not going to enjoy it. I just won't enjoy it. As long as I can pay my bills, I am going to continue the way that I've always done my videos. And that's just what it is for me. And if it does not work, then I'll just go find a job because I don't want to be miserable doing what I love, if that makes sense. So I don't follow the trends. I post what I'm doing and then I watch like the views. So for instance, you also got to know with your subscribers what they like. I will do an inside video, but if I post a video inside that is still about gardening, I don't get the same amount of views. And that's okay. That's okay. There are still people who will watch it. And so if I'm feeling that day, I don't feel like being outside, I will put up a video in the house because there will still be views. They just won't be high views. And that's okay. So it's going well. That's what I'm going to say. It's going well. I'm still enjoying it. I think that you have to find the rhythm that works for you. And I think that I have found that. Sometimes I do get tired. I get tired of sitting at the computer and editing. I get tired of talking to the camera sometimes, but I think that's normal. That's any job. There's going to be something that you get tired of. On the days where I'm tired of talking to the camera and the days where I'm tired of editing, I just don't do it. But then I remember the next day, you have to do it. This is your job. So listen, I am using DaVinci Resolve to edit, and I don't know nearly as much as I'm sure there is to know in DaVinci Resolve, but it works for me. I was using CapCut. CapCut is a very easy one to start with. Like, it's so easy. It's kind of like clicking and deleting. It's very easy. DaVinci is a little less easy, but it has a lot more features than CapCut did. Oh, and I use Epidemic Sound for my music over here. My music on my gardening channel, that's pretty much the same music all the time. I have one audio that I use for sponsorships, and I have one audio that I use for my intro and outro, and if I'm like speeding things up, that's what I use. So I don't make it difficult for myself either. That is my take on YouTube. That is my story on how I ended up doing YouTube, the things I use, all of that stuff. Now, like I said, this isn't scripted. So if you have questions, if you have any questions, feel free, go ahead, drop them in the comments. I will answer them as best I can. This was just a quick little video. It was on my heart. You know, people have been saying it, so maybe I will put it out here and maybe I can help somebody else. Because a lot of what I do is to help somebody else, to entertain people, to get conversation about gardening, that kind of stuff. So y'all put a comment if y'all would like to. Also, if this video was helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment, and I will see y'all in my next vlog next week. Bye.